Head across to Neeraj to find out how exactly the closing is panning out. And Neeraj, we snapped the two-day rally, but some bit of consolidation, no major cuts seen.
Yeah, but maybe the sell-on rally template, Navneet, still firmly out there because the handover from the US markets was very strong. Somehow we didn't latch on to it. The Nifty Bank, the principal culprit, down about 1%. Actually, the mid-caps and the small caps, just want to bring them up. And they too have corrected a bit. Midway through trade, the market breadth was about 1:1 on the BSE 500. I think it would have come off a little bit towards the close. We'll talk about that in a bit. Firstly, the top losers and gainers today. Let's start with the gainers. Bharti's had an interesting move, about 2.5% in the session. Dr. Reddy is not bad. Reliance has been holding out the last few days, and that's some solace, to be honest. Some traction for select IT names, actually all of them. Wipro, Infosys, TCS, a cluster here, but some gains out here for the IT names. What's lost out is banks. So Axis, SBI, ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank are 1.25%, HDFC Twins, IndusInd Bank, it's banking all the way, and then some bit of losses to Sun Pharma and ONGC too. But largely, it's got to do with banks in the session today, both privates as well as PSUs. What about the broader end of the spectrum?
Well, greater cuts, I would call it, seen for the broader market indices in today's session. But there were a couple of gainers. Let me start off with them. Sri Pushkar rallied nearly 15 to 16% in today's trade. And remember, this counter went up on quite heavy volumes in the cash side. So 15% higher. So watch out for that tomorrow, whether there's any follow-on buying. Zuari Global was the other one, which was quite active today, 6% higher for that counter. However, it's closed off day's high. Well, the electrode makers HEG Graphite are back in action after rallying in the last 1 year. Both of them saw significant gains. HEG up almost 8%, and Graphite, where the circuit limit is nearly 5%, that was locked throughout the session in the upper circuit. And D-Mart, what a run this counter has had. The market cap has crossed 80,000 crore for this company. Avenue Supermarkets closing at day's high with gains of nearly 6%. Well, let me start off with the losers now. Supreme Infra was locked in lower circuit. That saw cuts of nearly 20%, and that also fell on very high volumes. The entire PSU banking space was reeling under pressure. So PNB, as we know it, fell another 10 to 11% in today's session. In fact, it is closing below the mark of 100. With PNB, you had other banks like IDBI Bank and Union Bank, which came under pressure. In fact, the entire PSU banking space, that index also fell over 3% for the day. The stocks which went up yesterday saw a bit of profit booking. So stocks like Oberoi Realty, that was down about 5 to 6%. And the Anil Ambani Group stocks, which rallied yesterday from the likes of Reliance Communication and even Reliance Naval, both of them came under pressure. In fact, Reliance Communication closing almost at day's low, and so was the case for Reliance Naval, down almost 6%, Neeraj.
Well, so this is the picture at close. I want to bring up three charts. One of them is, of course, the market breadth, then the turnover, and of course, also show what some of the individual indices has done. This is the market breadth, and 1:2 in favor of the decline. So it did worsen a bit. In fact, the gap yawning towards the close. So at the worst point of the day in terms of the market breadth, the turnover should come up on your screen. The first few days of this series, it's been below average, and this too, actually NSE FNO may be slightly higher than yesterday, but the cash market volumes, probably just about par or subpar. And the contributors list will show you banks. I would presume it will be banks all the way on the red side. That's all financial. So HDFC, ICICI Bank, SBI, HDFC Bank, no surprise there. It peppered with red. On the green side, Reliance, Infosys, TCS is not featuring out there, but it's done a little bit of good work too. Bharti Airtel and HUL amongst others. So some bit of defensive nature to the gainer side, but banks getting cluttered on the losing list. And you don't quite know. I don't know what we haven't checked really what the rest of the world is doing. Maybe get the European indices up on the screen once and just show you what the rest of the world is up to before we get back to our guests for the final comments. And this is what Europe is doing. Actually flat, so no, not too much of a reaction from the rest of the world markets. So we've had our own issues in the session today, but clearly shows that the world might be an okay place. We're getting sold at some higher levels.
In fact, we saw the Asian markets coming off high. Shanghai turned into red, and today there was clear sign of shorting needed because we had a mild gap up opening. We touched the 50-day moving average, which was quite crucial, 10,615, but there were short positions that were taken at those higher levels. So once again, I think 10,500 will be a crucial mark to be watched.
Yeah, let's wait and watch what happens there.